Okay, a very good morning to all of you. Now we shall start the lecture. Going to present the screen. Hope it is visible to all. Now today we are going to start, that is inverse of Laplace transform. So yesterday at the end I explained about what is the inverse of Laplace transform. So whenever we have to calculate the whenever we have to convert that frequency domain function into time domain function, we have to use, or we can use, that is a method. That method is known as the inverse of Laplace transform. The first method we have to use here, this method is known as convolution theorem or convolution theorem. Now what is Laplace inverse? Again I'm going to write here. So Laplace inverse of f of t, which is equal to f of s. Please remember this statement. So Laplace inverse of f of t is equal to f of s. Now what is convolution theorem? Always remember that in a Laplace in previous chapter the question was formatted in variable t. Matlab the question was given in time domain functions. But here in inverse of Laplace transform, the question will be given in term of s variable, or we can say that is in terms of frequency domain, or the function will be in frequency domain functions. So how to tackle such a questions? By using convolution theorem. Now convolution theorem state that, always remember, I'm just drawing these things. What is convolution theorem? Convolution theorem state that if the question is in f of s format, you must have to convert that f of s in two parts first. First convert f of s into two parts, that is f1 of s and f2 of s. F of s is given, so you must convert that functions into f1 of s and in f2 of s, means you have to separate the functions. But you must remember that, you must aware that whenever I multiply these two functions, please remember, whenever I multiply this function, then I will get the same function f of s. Like what I am saying, अगर f1 ऑफ s और f2 ऑफ s को मल्टीप्लाई आप कर दोगे तो आपको फिर से f ऑफ s मिलना चाहिए. ये चीज़ का आपको ध्यान होना चाहिए कि f ऑफ s को आप सेपरेट कैसे करोगे f1 ऑफ s और f2 ऑफ s में, कि इफ़ वी मल्टीप्लाई बोथ द फंक्शंस, इफ़ multiply with both the functions f1 of s into f2 s, then I will get this same function f of s. So the separation must be this kind of things, that multiplications, or when again I multiply f1 of s into f2 of s, I will get the same function which was given. Okay, now the next part is what? So the first part is, first we have to separate the function. Next is we have to calculate Laplace inverse of f1 of s. So that functions you will get f1 of u. Please remember, f1 of s का जब Laplace inverse calculate करोगे, then you have to write f1 of t. Generally according to definition, Laplace inverse of, एक मिनट, इसको उल्टा लिखा है ना मैंने. सो जस्ट वी हैव टू, because we are calculating Laplace inverse, so Laplace inverse of f1 f of s, which is equal to f of t. Okay, so when you are getting, that is, or when we are to calculating Laplace inverse of f1 of s, you will get f1 of t, but we have to write in terms of u variable. Always remember, that is putting, I'm just mentioning here, putting u in place of t. Similarly, when you have to calculate Laplace inverse of f2 of s, you will getting f2 of u. This statement same, that is u in place of t. U in place of t. So this is Laplace transform. The next procedure is what? The next procedure is you have to calculate, that is Laplace inverse of f1 of s into f2 of s which is equal to integral 0 to t, you have to write this part as f1 of u into second function you have to write like f2 of t minus u into du. So this is the statement of convolution theorem in inverse of Laplace transform, that is Laplace inverse of f1 of s into f2 of s which is equal to integral 0 to t. ये ऐसा नहीं है कि f1 of u को ऐसे रखा, अगर आपको चाहिए तो यू कैन टेक एज f2 of u into f1 of t minus u. बोलने का मतलब ये है that is in from both the functions, that is the one function must kept as it is and the other functions you have to change, or you can replace u by t minus u. तो u के जगह पे t माइनस u आपको हर एक क्वेश्चन में करना ही है, और एक फंक्शंस को kept as it is f1 of u, so that after integration we will get the inverse of Laplace transform, or we will get the function in terms of, that is t variable. Why we put it, that is here u, just because of this integral sign, integral 0 to 2. If you remember Laplace transform of integral, if you remember the previous topic which we finished in 2 days ago, integral 0 to t was there, then the question was in format of u variable. अगर आपको याद होगा तो जब u Laplace transform of integral आप सॉल्व करते थे तो इंटीग्रल 0 टू t होता था, और वहाँ पे क्वेश्चन आपका जो था वो u वेरिएबल के फॉर्मेट में आता था. सो सिमिलरली here also please remember, that is whenever we have to calculate inverse of Laplace in convolution theorem, you have to use u variable instead of t variable. We will solve the numericals, then you will understand very well. Now see what is convolution theorem. Again I am going to explain. The given function which will be converted into two parts, but the condition must be when we are to multiply both the functions we will get the same function again in multiplication, not in additions or not in subtraction concept, only the multiplications. When we multiply both the function f1 of s into f2 of s, then we'll get again the same function. So this is, we can say, that is Laplace inverse of f1 of s, or we have to calculate the Laplace inverse of f1 of s. Always remember Laplace inverse of f of s is equal to f of t, means s variable must be converted into t variable. Similarly here when we have to calculate the Laplace inverse of f1 of s, the function must be converted into t variable, but for convolution theorem you must write, that is putting u in place of t. Similarly for calculating of Laplace inverse of f2 of s, you will again get, that is f2 of u, again you will getting, that is f2 of t, but you have to put u in place of t. So please remember these two conditions, and later on, that is you have to write, that is Laplace inverse of f1 of s into f2 of s is equal to integral 0 to t f1 of u into f2 of t minus u into du. So this is our Laplace inverse by using convolution theorem. Now we have to solve few numericals, so hope you will understand very well. Now I am going to take the first numerical here. The first numericals I am going to taking here, that is the first one is The question will becomes clearly in examination by using convolution theorem solve. I am writing the first question here, that is s square upon s square plus a square raised to power 2. So we have to solve this question by using convolution, because such a questions are also solved by partial fraction method, which we have to learn later on. The one more method is there, that is known as a partial fraction method. Such a kind of questions we can solve by using partial fraction also. But if in examination it is mentioned that is you have to use convolution theorem, then then it is mandatory you have to use that is convolution theorem only. No need to write or any other method. Okay, now one by one we have to solve. F of s is equal to given, that is s square upon s square plus a square. So we have to separate the functions, so I'm just separating here. F1 of s is equal to, I'm getting s upon s square plus a square. This is power here given in a question. And f2 of s, which I will getting here, that is s upon s square plus a square again. So if I multiply both the functions, I will get the same function again. So that this kind of separation is required in convolution theorem, that is when again I multiply both the functions, then I will get the main function again. Okay, now one by one we have to calculate. So Laplace inverse of f1 of s, which means Laplace inverse of s upon s square plus a square. So by calculating we can say that is Laplace inverse of f1 of s, which is equal to, hope you will aware, that is Laplace transform of cos 80. अगर आपको याद होगा तो you can write that is Laplace inverse of Laplace of cos 80 is s upon s square plus a square. Please remember these things, or I'm going to open this formula sheet, so hopefully we can discuss about this. I'm just opening these things. Just wait, so that we can go through with the formulas also. Because without formula you are not able to solve any numericals or any Laplace transform numerical. So these things are required for solving the numericals. Okay, hope the things are visible, and I just share that is the whole screen. Now again I'm going to the standard formulas which I shared in a Google Classroom also. Please go through with that. See, the Laplace of cos 80 is given s upon s square plus a square. Similarly we have to use, if I transfer this L here, so I will get Laplace inverse of s upon s square plus a square, and which we can write as cos 80. So similarly here we have to use, that is Laplace inverse of s upon s square plus a square, which is equal to cos of 80. But in Laplace inverse by using convolution theorem, please remember you have to change that part t in u variable, so we can write cos of au. Please remember this is first question, so that's why I just mention here in t variable, because whenever we have to calculate Laplace inverse of s upon s square plus a square, you must write cos of at. But for convolution theorem, this t must be replaced by u, so you can write cos of au. Similarly, Laplace inverse of f2 of s, which is equal to Laplace inverse of s upon s square plus a square. So you can write this part as Laplace inverse of f2 of s, which is equal to cos of at, but you have to replace this t by u, so you have to write that is cos of au. So this is the terms, or this the calculation of Laplace transform of both the functions, inverse of both the functions, or Laplace inverse of f1 of s and f2 of s in terms of u variable. Now next is we have to write the formula, because the formula is carrying half marks in examination. So please write the formula whenever we have to use convolution theorem. Laplace inverse of f1 of s into f2 of s, which is equal to integral 0 to t f1 of u into f2 of t माइनस u इंटू डी यू. अब यहाँ पे तो हमारे दोनों फंक्शन सेम है, cos ए यू cos ए यू इज़ गिवन, तो कोई भी फंक्शन को f1 कंसिडर करो f2 कंसिडर करो, बट समटाइम दैट फंक्शंस में भी डिफरेंट, सो दैट टाइम आपके ऊपर चॉइस है कि आप कोई भी फंक्शंस को फर्स्ट कंसिडर करो, कोई भी फंक्शन को सेकंड कंसिडर करो. सो वी हैव टू जस्ट सब्स्टिट्यूट द वैल्यूज, सो यू विल गेट इंटीग्रल 0 to t f1 of u, I am writing that is cos of au, and second function I am going to write cos of a as it is. I mention in a formula that is you have to replace, for first function the kept as it is f1 of u, for the second functions you must change u as t minus u. So I am just putting u in place of u as writing of t minus u into du. Hope you will understand this what I written. This is formula already created, f1 of u into f2 of t minus u. So first function kept as it is, second function you have to change, that is u at place of u you can write t minus u for the second functions. Now we have to just simplify this part. So always remember, whenever we have to solve the trigonometric functions, whether two trigonometric functions or same trigonometric functions are there but different angle, and two trigonometric functions or two different trigonometric functions with the angles, we have to use such a kind of formula. If you remember, this is basically is given as defactorization formula, or as well as factorization formulas are given. So this is factorization formula is given, or we can use such a kind of formulas in trigonometric, might be given or not, but all of you aware, and we solved in examination in a previous topic we already solved, that is whenever we the two trigonometric functions are given which might be same or different, we have to multiply and divide by 2. Or similarly, if this kind of things are given, that is we can transfer here, so 2 से multiply और 2 से divide अगर आप करोगे यहाँ पे, for example I am just showing this part, this is cos function but different angles. So if I transfer this to here, so I will get 2 cos a cos b, then 2 cos a cos b formula is clearly given, that is cos a plus b plus cos a minus b. So similarly here there are two trigonometric functions, that is cos au and cos of a t minus au, or cos of a t minus u is given. So two trigonometric function or same trigonometric functions are given but different angles. The angle is here au, and here angle is a t minus u is given. So I am applying here, that is multiply and divide by 2. So 1 by 2 is given here, 0 to t 2 as it is, cos of AU as it is. I'm just applying A inside, so I will get cos of AT minus AU. So please remember these things. This is our A, and this whole thing is your B. Please remember these things into du. Now we have to apply here 2 cos A cos B formula. So 2 cos A into cos B, which is equal to cos of A plus B plus cos of A minus B. So this is our formula we have to apply here. So 1 by 1, 1 by 2 integral 0 to t cos of A plus B. So cos of A plus B. So A plus B means AU plus AT minus AU. So AU get cancelled, you will get only AT. Then plus cos of A minus B. So AU minus of these two terms. So this part will becomes positive and this part will becomes negative. So AU plus AU, it will becomes 2AU, and AT will becomes minus, so you have to write AT, and into du as it is. Please try to understand. If not, I will explain again. Now the next part. Now my question arises, I am going to ask a question, or I can take any one name. Okay, Neha, please answer, what is the integration of cos AT? cos AT का इंटीग्रेशन क्या होगा? What will be integration of cos AT? Vidita, what is the integration of cos AT? Here or in this integration? If not know, please write in a chat box, so I can understand. I will go with the other students. Okay, Akash Pandey.
Yes, sir.
What is a
Cos it is constant, so we get 1.
very good,
We get to integration.
very good. We get 1. We get 1 or what? What? 0. Who is saying that is 0? Please. 0 किसने बोला अभी?
So
1. 1. We will get 1 of integration of cos AT. This is just shocking from my side.
Sir, u into
Okay, u into cos AT. Very good.
Yes,
So,
sir.
so we have to write, because this is constant term. Whenever there is a constant term is there, like dx, and we have to integrate, we have to write x as it is. So cos AT is treated here as a constant because we have to integrate the function with respect to u. So please remember these things, because sometimes we directly apply that is sine of AT by a, but see here that is it is with respect to u is given, so we have to apply with respect to u. So this function or this term is treated as a constant term. So 1 by 2 I am taking as it is, and integration of this part we will getting u into cos of AT plus, and integration of this function we will get, because in here the angle is u variable is present, so we have to write sine of 2AU minus AT divided by, you have to divide this part with coefficient of this, so I am just dividing here 2a, limit point as it is 0 to t. So hope the integration is confirmed, or integration term is understandable from my side to all. Now we have to substitute the upper minus lower limit. So 1 by 2 as it is, while substituting the upper limit t. So I'm just taking first upper limit for both the functions, then I will take the lower limit for both the functions. So upper limit substituting, I will get this part as t into cos of at plus, just taking upper limit here when I substitute, so 2a into t minus at, remaining is at, so I have to write sine of at by 2a. So this will becomes my upper limit minus substitute lower limit, so 0 we have to substitute here, 0 into anything I will get 0, when I substitute here 0 I will get 0, and sine of minus at will be there. So sine of minus x is equal to minus sine x, so I have to write this part as minus sine of at upon 2a as it is. So upper minus lower limit, we will get this terms. Now further we have to simplify this part, so we will get 1 by 2 after simplification you will getting this minus minus plus, so we can add these two terms. So 2 sine at divided by 2a, 2 get cancelled, so finally we will get t into cos of at or finally we will get the Laplace inverse of f1 of s into f2 of s, which is equal to 1 by 2 t into cos of at, and this part while adding we will get plus sine of at by a, and this is our final result we will get, that is the Laplace inverse of that respective functions. Or we can, if you want, you can take as a as a common factor, because if you don't like to put kept in denominator, if you taking that is a outside, so you can write here like a t cos at plus sin at, because sometimes in a question answer अगर आप बुक में देखोगे तो शायद ये आंसर आपको दिया जाएगा 1 by 2. So this things it is understandable, 1 by 2a at cos of at plus sine of at. Sometimes these things are given, so please don't get confused about the results. Now again I'm going to explain this question, so hope you will understand very well. Now the question is given, that is by using convolution theorem solve. So the our first method is for convolution, we have to separate the function. So this function is a very simple function is given, already the terms are given at 2 times, so just we separate the terms f1 of s and f2 of s, and after separations we just calculating the Laplace inverse of both the respective functions. So after calculations we got, that is Laplace inverse of f1 of s is cos at, but here in convolutions you just replace t by u. Similarly here also we applied in Laplace inverse of f2 of s, and at the end we applied the formula here, Laplace inverse of f1 of s into f2 of s is equal to 0 to t f1 of u into f2 of t minus u. Don't get confused what is f1 of u. f1 of u वही रहेगा जो आपका Laplace inverse of f1 of s से आपको मिलेगा. f2 of t minus u क्या रहेगा, f2 of u जो रहेगा उसमें u के जगह पे आपको t minus u करना है. So please don't get confused, because already many times I am explaining these things. जैसे लाप्लास आप कैलकुलेट करते हो, लाप्लास इन्वर्स ऑफ एफ ऑफ एस कैलकुलेट किए तो एफ ऑफ टी मिला. तो सिमिलरली हियर व्हेन यू आर कैलकुलेटिंग लाप्लास इन्वर्स ऑफ एफ वन ऑफ एस, ये आपको मिलेगा एफ वन ऑफ टी, और बाद में उसको u से रिप्लेस कर दिए तो एफ वन ऑफ यू हो जाएगा. सिमिलरली ये एफ टू ऑफ यू होगा. हमेशा याद रखो एक फंक्शन को सेम एज इट इज़ रखना है, सेकेंड फंक्शंस को t माइनस यू आपको करना है. तो सिमिलरली हियर अप्लाई वी अप्लाइड, दैट इज़ एफ वन ऑफ यू and f2 of t minus u. We just substituted the result or whatever the Laplace inverse we calculated, cos AU into cos of AT minus AU here, and after we saw that is there are two trigonometric function or same trigonometric functions are there but different angle, so we applied this formula 2 cos A cos B, cos A plus B plus cos of A minus B. So multiply and divide by 2 here we applied, and after taking that is 2 cos A cos B rule. So after getting this parts, and this step is important, why I ask questions, because these things are important. Whenever we have to integrate the functions, you must see that is what is the respect, or from which respect, what respect to we have to integrate. So here we have to integrate with respect to u, so we have to integrating with respect to u. So cos 80 terms is treated as a constant, so we'll getting u into cos 80, and cos of 2au minus 80 is treated as a function because here in angle the u variable is present, so sine of 2au minus 80 divided by 2a, and later on we just applied that is upper limit minus lower limit. So after applying the upper limit minus lower limit you will get this results, and after simplifications you will getting this result. So this is our Laplace inverse, calculation of Laplace inverse by using convolution theorem. 101% convolution theorem will come in examination. You can see the previous year questions papers. Convolution theorem 100% you will see for 6 marks, or sometimes it will comes for 8 marks. So please make sure that is 8 marks or 6 marks in examination point of view. Please remember these things, because convolution theorem is very easy. You have to just separate and calculate the inverse of Laplace transforms. Now one more example I am going to solve here. Hope this things is clear. If not, you can ask. I will give a time later on, then we'll discuss. Now the next questions I am going to taking here, or the second question. I am not going to write again by using convolution theorem. So please remember that is in examination the statement must be important. If the statement is given by using convolution theorem, then you can solve. अगर स्टेटमेंट नहीं दिया है कॉन्वोल्यूशंस और फिर भी कॉन्वोल्यूशन से सॉल्व किया तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, मार्क्स मिलेगा आपको। लेकिन अगर कॉन्वोल्यूशन से बोला है और आप कोई और मेथड से सॉल्व कर रहे हो तो आपको मार्क्स नहीं मिलेगा। प्लीज़ रिमेंबर, नोट डाउन द थिंग्स। सो द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट लाप्लास इनवर्स ऑफ s plus 2 the whole square s square plus 4s s square plus 4s plus 8 raised to power 2 times by CT or convolution theorem. Please remember, find the Laplace inverse by using convolution theorem. So please remember these things or note down in your mind. When the convolution theorem is given, you have to solve the convolution theorem. Now again I am going to say that is in Laplace transform I always again and again repeating first shifting theorem. If you remember कि कभी भी आपको s के साथ कोई भी प्लस चीज़ दिखेगा तो please remember that is this is called as a first shifting theorem. Here s plus 2 is given, तो first shifting theorem mind में आना चाहिए आपके. But the next thing again you have to remember one more thing कि मैंने हमेशा स्टेटमेंट में बोला है कि अगर न्यूमरेटर में s है, डिनोमिनेटर में s है, कहीं पे भी s प्रेजेंट है फॉर एग्जांपल, तो वो जो फर्स्ट शिफ्टिंग थ्योरम है वो हर एक s के साथ होगा, ऐसा नहीं है सिर्फ न्यूमरेटर के साथ होगा. अगेन आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन हियर फर्स्ट शिफ्टिंग थ्योरम. If there here it is f of s, here it is f of s or something, and if apply that is Laplace of e raised to at, then we will getting that is this part as f of s minus a. Similarly here we will getting f of s minus a. ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ न्यूमरेटर में होगा और डिनोमिनेटर में होगा. एनी प्लेस कहीं पे भी हो, 2 टर्म हो, 3 टर्म हो, 5 टर्म हो, 7 टर्म हो, कितना भी, अगर एक s के साथ प्लस दिख रहा है आपको, इसका मतलब क्लियर मेंशन है कि बाकी जो भी s होगा वहाँ पे भी सिमिलर टर्म जनरेट है या जनरेट करना पड़ेगा आपको. So this is, we know that is a first shifting theorem. Now here in a question it is clearly mentioned s plus 2. So by using that concept we remember that is, this is first shifting theorem, but here s also presents. So can we create here s plus 2 terms? Yes, it is possible, because this is given s square plus 4s plus 8. So if I can write s plus 2 the whole squares, then I will get what? S square plus 4s and plus 4. So we can separate this 8, or we can convert this 8 into two parts, or we can write this part as I am writing. This is f of s, which is equal to s plus 2 the whole square upon s square plus 4s plus 4 plus 4 raised to power 2 times. Now see, very simple question it is, s square plus 4s plus 4. So this three things we can write as a s plus 2 the whole square, and this 4 we can kept as it is. So I am just writing here f of s, or I am continuing this part as f of s, which is equal to s plus 2 the whole square upon s plus 2 the whole square. By using this parts we converted s plus 2 here, so please don't get confused, and I am writing this is as it is 4 and raised to power 2. Now see, here s plus 2 is given, here also s plus 2 is given. Now we can take as a Laplace inverse by using first shifting theorem वाला concept. फर्स्ट शिफ्टिंग थ्योरम कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियरली स्टेट दैट अगर ई एक्सपोनेंशियल है, अगर वहाँ पे 2 है, माइनस 2t है, इफ़ ई रेज टू माइनस 2t इज़ देयर, सो वी हैव टू राइट s प्लस 2 इन द फंक्शंस वेर एवर द s इज़ प्रेजेंट. सो यहाँ पे s दो जगह प्रेजेंट है, उसके साथ प्लस 2 है, तो अगर वो 2 को आपको एलिमिनेट करना है, आउटसाइड लिखना है, तो आपको फर्स्ट शिफ्टिंग थ्योरम का सहारा लेना होगा. सो दैट आई कैन राइट हियर दैट इज़ लाप्लास इनवर्स ऑफ f of s, which is equal to, I'm just writing here, e raised to minus 2t Laplace inverse of, remaining part will be my s square upon s square plus 4 raised to power 2 times. If I again apply the first shifting theorem or Laplace here, I will get what? S plus 2 the whole square, s plus 2 the whole square. So again we will get the same result. So this is my equation number 1. This is my equation number 1. So hope you will these things are clear in your mind. Now later what we have to discuss for these sums, I will give it 10 minutes after finishing of this numerical. Okay, now see the next part. I'm just separating this part, so please remember f1 of s is equal to s upon s square plus 4 and f2 of s which is equal to s upon s square plus 4. ठीक है, तो अब इतना तो आपको क्लियर है कि ये जो पार्ट है मेरा वही f1 ऑफ s और f2 ऑफ s है, तो इसका जो भी लाप्लास इन्वर्स कैलकुलेट करूँगा वो मेरा इस पार्ट का लाप्लास इन्वर्स रहेगा. वो वैल्यू मैं सीधा यहाँ पे सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दूँगा तो मेरे को रिजल्ट मिल जाएगा. सो सिमिलरली वी हैव टू सी, बिकॉज व्हेन आई मल्टीप्लाई दिस टू फंक्शन आई विल गेट द ओरिजिनल फंक्शंस हियर डायरेक्टली. आपको अगर चाहिए तो आप सेपरेटली कर सकते थे, मैं यहाँ पे कैसा किया हूँ, आपको अगर चाहिए तो हम इस क्वेश्चन को पहले ही सेपरेट कर सकते थे अगर चाहिए तो. लेकिन फिर क्या होता है, एक्सपोनेंशियल ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक दो टर्म्स को साथ में यहाँ पे f1s और f2s में भी लेके चलना रहता. सो मैंने यहाँ पे क्या किया, एक्सपोनेंशियल को कम्प्लीटली सेपरेट कर दिया है, मेरे पास सिर्फ और सिर्फ ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक वाला फंक्शंस बना है बचा है. अब सिर्फ मुझे यही सॉल्व करना है दोनों टर्म्स. नाउ वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट लाप्लास इनवर्स ऑफ बोथ द फंक्शंस. सो लाप्लास इनवर्स ऑफ f1 ऑफ s, I will write that is cos of 2t, but we have to replace here 2t by u, so cos of 2u Laplace inverse of f2 of s, which is again we will getting the same function, that is cos of 2u. Just replace t by u. So this is f2 of u, and this is f1 of u. Please remember these things for understanding. I'm just writing here, this is, we can say, that is f1 of u, नहीं तो बाद में confusion हो, f2 of u. So please remember these things. Now Laplace inverse of f1 of s into f2 of s. The formula is clearly, that is 0 to t f1 of u into f2 of t minus u into du. So this part we can write here, that is integral 0 to t cos of 2u into cos of 2t minus u into du. Now again we have to apply, that is multiply and divide by 2 here. So we will get 1 by 2 integral 0 to t 2 into cos of 2u into cos of 2t minus 2u into du. So 1 by 2 as it is, 0 to t, just simplify this part, so you will getting cos of a plus b, again 2u get cancel, you will getting just like earlier one, 2t plus cos of a minus b, so I will get 4u minus 2t into du. That's why I'm writing fast. So 1 by 2 again, integration of this part, you will getting u into cos of 2t plus sine of 4u minus 2t divided by 4, limit point as it is 0 to t. So we have to substitute here upper minus lower limit, so that you will understand. While substituting the upper limit, 1 by 2 as it is, देखो अपर लिमिट रखोगे, you will getting t into cos of 2t plus substituting here, so 4 into t minus 2 into t, that is 4t minus 2t, remaining is sine 2t, so sine of 2t by 4, this is upper limit minus lower limit. So when I substitute 0 into anything zeros, this part 0, again you will getting minus sine of 2t divided by 4. After simplification, again you will getting Laplace inverse of f1 of s into f2 of s, which is equal to 1 by 2 t into cos of 2t, this minus minus plus, so 2 sine 2t, so divide by again 2, so plus sine of 2t divided by 2, here we will getting this result. So this is our, I'm just giving equation number 2. If I substitute equation 2 in equation 1, so by substituting equation 2 in equation 1, we will get Laplace inverse of f of s is equal to e raised to minus 2t, and we getting this value 1 by 2 t into cos of 2t plus sine of 2t by 2, and we get this result clearly. Now I'm just going to explain one more time this part. For the first part, see, again and again I'm repeating, अगर आपको लगता तो आप पहले यहाँ पे दोनों सेपरेट कर सकते थे। f1 ऑफ एस आपका s+2 अपॉन दिस पार्ट, f2 ऑफ एस आपका s+2 अपॉन दिस पार्ट आ जाता है, जैसे यहाँ पे है आए हम हमारा पार्ट। लेकिन फिर एक्सपोनेंशियल आता है यहाँ पे, जब आप उसका लाप्लास, तो यहाँ पे आपको मिलता है e⁻²t और 2u इंटू कॉस 2u, इधर भी आपको ये मिलता, तो फंक्शन थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेट हो जाता है। इसकी वजह से जनरली मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ कि आप लोग ये चीज़ पे ध्यान रखो कि फंक्शन जितना सिंपल होगा उतना इजी आप इंटीग्रेट कर लोगे, और इट मस्ट बी क्रिएट अ डिफ़िकल्ट। सो फर्स्ट आई क्रिएटेड और आई टेकन अ लाप्लास इनवर्स आउटसाइड ऑफ दिस +2 वाले टर्म्स का मैंने आउटसाइड लिया है। ये फंक्शन है, ये फंक्शन मेन मेरा फंक्शन हो गया, इसको मैंने दो पार्ट में डिवाइड किया है। ये दोनों का जो लाप्लास इनवर्स आएगा वो ये फंक्शन का लाप्लास इनवर्स होगा, और जो मैं सब्स्टिट्यूट करूँगा वो मेरे को मेन फाइनल रिजल्ट मिल जाएगा। So Laplace inverse of f1 of s, again the same like previous question we just solved here। फॉर्मूला लिखा, फंक्शन को इंट्रोड्यूस किया, फंक्शन रखे, 2 से मल्टीप्लाई 2 से डिवाइड किया गया है, फॉर्मूलाइज़ किया, उसके बाद इंटीग्रेट किया, इंटीग्रेट के बाद अपर माइनस लोअर लिमिट, तो जो भी रिज़ल्ट आया f1 ऑफ f2 ऑफ s का वो हमारे मेन फंक्शन का रिज़ल्ट रहता है, हमेशा ये चीज़ ध्यान में रखो। सो जस्ट वी सब्स्टिट्यूटेड द वैल्यू एंड विल गेट दिस रिजल्ट e⁻²t by 2 we can write if you want। so और जैसे प्रीवियसली आपने क्वेश्चन में मैंने आपको बोला था कि अगर 2 अगर कॉमन लेना है तो कॉमन ले सकते हो, इट्स अप टू यू। सो दिस इज़ जस्ट वी सॉल्व 2 क्वेश्चंस ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ कन्वोल्यूशन थ्योरम। Later we'll discuss more about this question. Now if anyone having any doubts regarding these 2 questions or regarding the concept of Laplace inverse by using convolution theorem, you can ask by one, anyone facing any doubts regarding how to understand whether it is convolution theorem or not, because things are mandatory to understand these things, because these things is going to be asked for 6 marks as well as 8 marks, or maybe 8 marks or sometimes 6 marks in examinations. So from examination point of view, this topic is very important, because Laplace inverse, please remember, Laplace inverse is near about 18 marks in your examination point of view, and Laplace transform near about 10 marks. So near about 28 to 32 marks carries these 2 chapters. Please remember in your mind, Laplace transform and Laplace inverse, both chapter carrying near about 28 to 32 marks in examination, but Laplace inverse carrying more marks as compared to Laplace transform. Now if you have any doubts in these 2 questions or the concept of convolutions, you can ask anyone, I'm waiting। फिर वह ऐसा ही क्वेश्चंस जनरेट होगा माइंड में, या तो सब समझ में आ गया या तो कुछ नहीं समझ में आया है। एंड वन मोर थिंग आई फॉरगेट टू मेंशन, दैट इज़ टुमारो वी हैव सैटरडे। टुमारो आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू टेक सी दैट इज़ अ मिनी प्रोजेक्ट वर्क। टुमारो वी हैव टू टेक 1 tutorial। आई एम गोइंग टू टेक 1 tutorial tomorrow, and the topics are from tutorials are multiplication by t theorem, division by t theorem, Laplace transform of derivative, and Laplace transform of integral. So I will take tutorial, I will arrange in a classroom so that you, when you will log in by 10 a.m. so you can start. There are total 7 questions are there in a question, in a paper or in a tutorial sheets. You must have to solve near about 5 questions. So tomorrow I'm going to conduct first tutorials, so please go through with that. That is a multiplication by t, division by t, Laplace transform of derivative, and Laplace transform of integral. There are 5 topics. By tonight or by today evening I will upload all the lectures, all the recording lectures, whatever till date or by today done. I will upload all the lectures by 5 p.m. in evening, so you can prefer that recorded lectures and see to it that how to tackle multiplication by t, division by t. Even I am giving that is, I will ask a question which I solved only 2 questions I will ask from your textbook or some other question banks. Like in 7 questions, 7 क्वेश्चन में से मैं 5 क्वेश्चंस आपको वही पूछूंगा जो मैंने सॉल्व कराया है. So if you will watch that video, or if you understand the lectures whatever I taken here, then definitely you are going to tackle that numerical. So tomorrow 10 a.m. you have first tutorials. The mini project will see you next week, because I have to provide the data of mini projects. That's why I taken, or I shifted in for a next week. So please remember that is tomorrow we have a tutorial. Attendance are mandatory. Please remember that your engineering mathematics 3 is carrying a term out. So please don't forget, and don't like याद नहीं था, कुछ हुआ नहीं. Attendance are mandatory and marks are also important for your term work purpose. So be ready with that. Okay, anyone having any doubt? Aks Jain having any doubts in convolution theorem? Because आप लोग तो नहीं पूछोगे तो मुझे भी नाम ले लेके पूछना पड़ेगा. ओके, अश्विन वाघेला.
नो सर.
ओके, दैविक पटेल. दिव्यांशु सिंह. हर्ष सोमैया. हेत विक्रम. लावण्या. यस, गो अहेड.
सर ये e रेस टू माइनस 2t कैसे आया?
ओके, e रेस टू माइनस 2t कैसा है? एक मिनट. इज इट विजिबल? द स्क्रीन इज विजिबल?
या
Okay, okay, we come here. See, the first thing is the question is given s plus 2 the whole square. This is, so again and again I am repeating, that is whenever, जब कभी भी s के साथ कोई भी टर्म ऐड में है, एडिशन में है. देखो अभी जैसे ये s स्क्वायर है खाली, इसके साथ कोई टर्म ऐड नहीं है, ये 4s है खाली. लेकिन यहाँ पे अगर न्यूमरेटर में आप ध्यान दोगे तो s plus 2 is given. So when there is a s plus 2 is given, मतलब s के साथ कोई टर्म ऐड है, तो तुरंत आपका माइंड क्लिक होना चाहिए कि वो फर्स्ट शिफ्टिंग थ्योरम वाले बेसिस से है. तो s प्लस 2 है, मतलब वो e रेस टू माइनस 2t था, इसके लिए s प्लस 2 यहाँ पे लिखा गया है. तो इसका मतलब यही है कि जब हमको लाप्लास इन्वर्स हमको रिवर्स आना है, तो जब भी हम ये प्लस 2 आउट करेंगे तो e रेस टू माइनस 2t हमको लिखना पड़ेगा. लेकिन फिर हमारा क्वेरी जनरेट होता है कि अगर एक s के साथ प्लस 2 है तो यहाँ पे और भी s हैं, इनके साथ भी s प्लस 2 होना ही चाहिए. तो अब इधर भी s प्लस 2 कैसे हम लोग जनरेट कर सकते हैं? बाय यूजिंग मैथमेटिकल. एज आई टोल्ड, दैट इज़ अगर 8 को मैं ब्रेक करूं तो 4 प्लस 4 लिखा, तो दैट वी कैन राइट एज एस प्लस 2 दी होल स्क्वायर. तो अब यहाँ पे 2 s हमको मिल रहे हैं और दोनों s के साथ प्लस 2 वाला टर्म जनरेट हुआ है. अब मैं जैसे ही उसको इन्वर्स लाप्लास अप्लाई करूँगा तो तुरंत मेरा लाप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म यहाँ पे क्लिक होगा कि इधर s प्लस 2 है, s प्लस 2 है. अगर s के साथ कोई भी प्लस 2 या प्लस वाला टर्म है या माइनस टर्म है, इसका मतलब वो एक्सपोनेंशियली था, इसके लिए मैंने इधर प्लस लिखा है. इधर s प्लस 2 है, मतलब वो e रेस टू माइनस 2t था. इतना माइंड आपको वर्क करना पड़ेगा, इतना दिमाग लगाना ही पड़ेगा. तो s प्लस 2 है आपके पास, इन्वर्स करोगे तो e रेस टू माइनस 2t लिखा, तो s प्लस, देखो ये 2 यहाँ से एलिमिनेट हो गया है. अगर मैं इसको फिर से अप्लाई कर दूँ यहाँ पे लाप्लास, तो मेरा ये टर्म फिर से क्या हो जाएगा? दैट इज़ आई विल अप्लाई, देन आई विल गेट s प्लस 2 दी होल स्क्वायर, s प्लस 2 दी होल स्क्वायर. क्योंकि हम लोग फर्स्ट शिफ्टिंग में यही सीखे हैं कि जहाँ पे भी s रहेगा वहाँ पे प्लस 2 करेंगे अगर माइनस है तो, और अगर प्लस है तो हमको माइनस माइनस करना होगा. होप योर डाउट इज़ क्लियर.
यस सर.
ओके,
क्लियर. थैंक यू सर.
ओके, वेलकम. नाउ नेक्स्ट, नैन्सी, एनी डाउट? ओके, समझ में आया पूरा?
हाँ.
ओके. साई प्रसाद शेट्टी, एनी डाउट? नो. सूरज चौहान, एनी डाउट? नो डाउट. उजाला गुप्ता, एनी डाउट? ओके. उर्मिला, एनी डाउट? Yash, Devani, any doubt? Okay, fine. So hope these things are clear. Now I'm just giving one example so that you can practice by yourself. अगर किसी को जमता है तो सॉल्व करेगा प्लीज़. ये क्वेश्चन वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन इज़ गिवन. आई एम गोइंग टू राइट हियर. वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन. जो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन हमारा था उसी के बेसिस पे आई थिंक दिस वन इज़ द थर्ड क्वेश्चन. एस स्क्वायर और लाप्लास इनवर्स वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट एस स्क्वायर अपॉन एस स्क्वायर माइनस ए स्क्वायर रेज टू पावर 2 टाइम्स. We have to calculate Laplace inverse of that respective function. So I'm just explaining verbally here. This is minus sign is given. We have to convert here one by one. So this you will getting the first function is s square upon s square minus a square. The second function you will getting s square upon s square minus a square. So the function in hyperbolic power. और just आपको मैं याद दिला दूँ जो first function था हमारा, अगर first question हमने solve किया है यहाँ पे आज का जो part. If you aware about that first function of our this part, यहाँ पे सिर्फ माइनस साइन है तो आपका यहाँ पे हाइपरबोलिक ए यू आएगा, हाइपरबोलिक ए यू आएगा. तो जब सॉल्व करोगे तो पूरा सेम आएगा, सिर्फ यहाँ पे हाइपरबोलिक ए यू हाइपरबोलिक ऑफ ए हाइपरबोलिक इंट्रोड्यूस करना होगा. उसको भी 2 से मल्टीप्लाई 2 से डिवाइड करोगे सेम रिज़ल्ट आता है उसका भी, सभी चीज़ें सेम है. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट यू कैन टैकल एट बाय होमवर्क. You can consider और solve करना इसको definitely, so you will get the result very well. क्योंकि एकदम easy numerical है, बहुत easy रहता है convolutions. Next time हम लोग और sum solve करेंगे. Near about we have to solve 10 examples. I just solved right now 2 examples, so 8 more examples we have to solve for depend upon convolutions theorem. तो समझ जाओगे methods, मतलब थोड़े और कॉम्प्लिकेशंस आएंगे. अभी हम लोग एकदम ईजीएस्ट देख रहे हैं, मतलब बेसिक देख रहे हैं जिसको आसानी से हमने सेपरेट किया है, एकदम इजीली सेपरेट किया है, एकदम इजीली हमने लाप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म कैलकुलेट किया है. होप एवरीथिंग इज़ क्लियर. नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू